Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Batman Arkham City. Or is it just called Arkham City? I don't know. I was kind of complaining about the fact that it seemed like Catwoman just has her whip, but I was really not paying attention to the fact that the current mission objective is to retrieve your equipment from your hideout. So, yeah, what can I say? I'm having trouble paying attention to what the goal even is uh, in a lot of this game. I think part of that is not my fault as much as it is just a case of the game itself having this very kind of random feel to it. Like there's just a lot of stuff here that is designed in the open world to keep your attention or grab your attention later, but we're not at the later. We're still 2 hours into this game, into the tutorial.
This place is freaking dangerous.
Well, how are we supposed to find out where she lives anyway?
Two-Face said she lives somewhere near here.
So what? How does he know?
How am I supposed to know? I don't question the boss. You shouldn't either.
So we saw this,
I know. Well,
and she
so
can
pissed all of a sudden anyway?
use service hatches, and I guess
I don't know. Maybe it's because
Batman
Catwoman left him
can't.
hanging over that acid tank.
Really?
Yeah, he had it just where he wanted her, and that bitch broke free.
Seriously? How come I miss all this stuff?
Okay.
Maybe it's because you spend half your life eating that crap in those tins, and the other half on a crapper.
So
Yeah,
we
there's
just have
something
this
wrong
like
with it.
combat
Here's an
takedown
idea. Stop
feature,
here
and we can see a
find
cat
out
over
where
there.
Catwoman's been hiding.
Now, my suspicion is that Catwoman is probably really not suited for fights. So you are gonna probably want to take these guys out faster and be careful to not end up dying when playing as Catwoman. Notice that was 4 guys, not particularly even carrying a lot of guns, and that took longer. So are we supposed to do something with this cat? Or is it just that your apartment is
It's good to be home.
here? I guess your apartment is just here and you have cats. And interesting, we just get caltrops, it looks like. Anti-personnel device for unsuspecting enemies. I don't know how you're really going to use that lot. Bolas. By introducing Catwoman, you do introduce a different style of weapons compared to Robin. I would think Robin would pretty much have almost exactly the same thing as Batman. Knock down the enemies in combat. These all seem to be
Selena,
combat
time to
focused.
find Ivy. Let's hope she's forgiven me. Of course she has. She wouldn't hold a grudge.
And see, I guess she's just thinking in her own head because, like, her lips aren't moving.
The perimeter wall is out of bounds to all residents
And
of Arkham City.
yeah, I just guess you get to look through the window to see the inside of her room instead of them bothering to animate that, which I guess is fine. And see, now it seems like they're having us go into Poison Ivy's lair, which is weird because it felt like they were saying Poison Ivy's lair was over here, but maybe it's just a case that Poison Ivy has her vines reaching quite a far distance and affecting all of Arkham City. Yeah, and we are on the verge of upgrading again, and let's see. It doesn't look to me like... Yeah, you can just throw bolas and you kind of grenade launch that. So maybe there's something we can go over and get over there, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to pause this recording. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So let's see if the bolus abilities and those things really help us in any way, or if they hurt us. See, now that's weird, is the Riddler seemingly has just taken complete control of the church over, but I don't really believe that Catwoman could do all of the things. Like, it just doesn't feel like that's the case. So I wonder where the doctors and all of them went. The places you can whip here are very wide. It feels like there's just like some real easy area, really long distances sometimes. See, now the problem with this is it would be kind of insane, I think, to upgrade Catwoman's combat armor. Let's see. This would be A and X. This would be A and B. And so having those abilities and trying to mash two buttons at once, it's still probably not something I would do. Yeah. And I just don't have an idea at all as to how long we're going to be playing as Catwoman. Because at any point the story could pause and we could be back to Batman. And I would suspect that's probably the case. So, ballistic armor or shockwave attack. Does the next thing not unlock until we do shockwave attack? Let's see. I guess maybe we get this. We need to buy something, otherwise we're just gonna have the annoying pop-up the whole time. So we'll just take that and hope that that's a good choice. I'm not a fan of the way this whole whip system works. And I guess Catwoman, let's see, what happens if we run and jump? Yeah. So, yeah.
What's she doing here?
So we have a whole bunch of people
Get over here,
that
Catwoman.
seemingly want to attack me but can't.
Come on, what are you waiting for?
So do these guys just not have the ability to climb? Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
They totally don't have the ability to climb at all.
Come fight me, cat bitch. I dare you.
That being said, I don't think there's
Come on,
any
kitty.
way to...
Come fight me.
Now, I think I have the critical strike that lets me potentially take out guys if I hit the X button pretty fast anyways, so I'm getting better at that. What I should do really is just look to see when the prompt for a critical strike is before I hit a button. And so I took on those guys just because I didn't really know which way to go otherwise. I assume nothing special. This is frozen. And here we have like a mannequin.
The containment wall surrounding Arkham City is designated out of bounds.
So the run and jumping and gliding is not something I think that Catwoman can do. So it's fairly possible,
Well, what do we have here?
I think, to
Weird
fall in the
out-of-place
water.
plants, check. Mindless hypnotized henchmen, check. The oh-so-subtle odor of rotting pumpkins, check. Looks like I've found the entrance to Ivy's lair.
Now we have a bat signal. No achievement for looking at it. Which I guess that means that there's some other, like, event happening right now that Batman's assistance is requested for. Definitely feels like this whole area also is designed so that you really are only going to have a couple of places where you can start, and that there really isn't that much as far as collectibles in this section. I don't need to be in detective mode or thief mode or anything like that. Yeah, it just feels like you would fairly easily fall in the water and die. Either you're gonna fall in the water and die, or you're gonna fall in the water and
It's the cat! She's here!
yeah, ground trach down. That's the wrong button.
Over here! I got her! We got her!
See, like, her health is just really low.
You shouldn't have come here, Selena.
We haven't even gotten to Poison Ivy, and we have mission failed already. Yeah, this could definitely be a case where the game itself is too difficult on normal for people playing as Selena and Catwoman, but it's way easier when you're playing as Batman. See, I feel like you need a silent takedown here. Like,
What was that? You think you can hide from me? Grenade!
okay. But yeah, her attacks are not good. Like, feels like the game just gave us a free pass there when it really shouldn't have. Like, her attacks are slow, she's weak. Like, throwing caltrops doesn't seem like that would really do much. Apparently I can right trigger and hold to swing downward and climb under this. Which, now I know how any of these upside down trophies are collected. And that's how we were going to get in the building. Because otherwise there's just this door that is chained up with chains and plants, which seems like it should just be plants. So I suspect what's going to happen here is we're going to end up... yeah, I guess maybe bolas would have been a little bit more helpful. I wouldn't be surprised if we just get captured by Poison Ivy and then Batman escapes on his own and then has to come save Catwoman, or if they end up saving each other a lot. That could get very repetitive and boring very fast. It feels like it would be really weird for this to be a whole level.
Hello, Ivy.
And frankly,
You shouldn't have come here.
this really just looks exactly like the first game.
Oh, come on. You're not
Like,
seriously going to hold that against
It doesn't
me,
seem like they really bothered to
Kill them all.
They were just
reanimate
flowers,
it.
Ivy. I'll buy you some new ones. I know a place that... Come on, Red. Can't we just... Oh, for the love of... Hey,
So-
Pammy, here's an idea. If you want a boyfriend, how about trying the dating route? It's voodoo crap.
Do
See,
you really
part of
think
the
you
problem
can beat
I
Mother Nature?
feel like here is that you feel like, particularly with Selena Kyle, which frankly I call her Selena Kyle more than Catwoman, is she's so fast with these combos, which obviously this would have been a nice improvement if Batman got some kind of outfit enhancing, speed enhancing piece of equipment in his suit to make him move this fast too.
You done, Red?
But there's that climb up button to the next floor. Okay.
A billion microorganisms will enter your bloodstream. Spores will grow, replacing
We
the
have this
blood and
BY
veins.
special combo
And when
takedown,
I'm done,
but
your flesh will be replaced.
it's not really seeming to work.
I've spent weeks perfecting the toxins that will destroy your pathetic meat sack of a body.
Yeah, that special combo takedown is just as slow as every other ground takedown that the game seems to have. And then it slows down to do these
Are we
cool
done yet,
effects.
Ivy? I just want to talk, that's all.
If
And-
you're still breathing, it's not over.
The effects are cool and all, but
She's consistent. I'll give her that.
You can't outrun nature, Selena. My spores will fill your lungs and
they're just
kill
throwing
you
more
from
people at you, which this is really not the character to be doing that with. And see, I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing something with the red plants in the background that are occasionally attacking, or what. Like, and the game really wouldn't have given me an opportunity to build up enough to like really increase my attack or health.
You ruined
And see, this
everything, Selena.
this is gonna kind of suck if we're just gonna have to turn it down to easy. And it would really suck if you can't turn it down to easy. We're only about 2.5 hours into the game, so I'd have
Hey, Pammy,
be
here's
happy
an idea.
if
you want a boyfriend, how about
to
trying
just
the dating route?
restart the whole game.
Voodoo crap.
And see, I just don't want to wait for that
You
prompt.
can't outrun nature, Selena. My spores will fill your lungs and kill you from within.
And we're still running into that same problem with this game, just really throwing a lot of enemies at you over and over again, and then being damage sponges
Done, Red?
when they really don't need to be damage sponges.
Do you really think you can beat Mother Nature?
And see, anytime I die and then come back, I really have to wonder if the game is just going easy on me because I died and reducing the difficulty in an adaptive difficulty programming.
Your flesh will be replaced with blood.
Meanwhile, this is a cool cinematic section that is pretty much ruined by the fact that I've already tried it once. And honestly, I am not sure that I'm gonna succeed even here. Like,
Are we done yet, Ivy? I just want to talk, that's all.
If you're still breathing.
see,
it's
notice
not
it just refilled my health. Like, I was almost completely dead, and
I've spent
somehow
weeks
that
perfecting the toxins
put my
that
health
will
back up to the
destroy
max.
your pathetic meat sack of a body.
And I just don't see where the caltrops would come into play. I don't see where the bullets would come into play. This special attack seems to give you invincibility frames, whereas most other attacks don't seem to do that. And really, all you end up doing is just bullying people. There we go.
Look, Red, I just need your help. Not again.
And see, she has a different
You've
shirt that
got
says Arkham
some
City now
nerves.
instead of Arkham Asylum, but it's still the exact same outfit. She's gonna poke out an eye, stick it down her throat, stick it in some other orifice. The implications there are many. And then you go from cleavage of
Ones who you think they are,
two other
my dear.
girls
Why spoil
to
the
the
fun?
third girl.
It was all a lie. There's nothing wrong with you.
Nice of you to say, but you of all people should know there's plenty wrong with me. Take my blood, for example. I wish somebody would. This stuff is killing me.
Why should I care?
Because now there's a teeny little bit of me in you too, bats. Oh, come on.
Yeah, like 3 hours into the game, this could have been the first
Don't
5
tell me
minutes.
it's not what you always wanted.
You could have been kidnapped by Joker
Look,
and then
we're
poisoned.
running out of time. I need your help. I nearly had a cure. It was so close, and then it was taken from me.
So we both die. I'm fine with that.
You
That really doesn't make
imagine sucking
make
down that last
Batman
breath
the
knowing that
good
Gotham's
guy.
doing the same.
What are you talking about?
Oh, didn't I say? I've spent weeks shipping samples of my blood to emergency rooms all over the city.
So that's Protocol 10. Poison Gotham. I expected more.
Protocol 10? Never heard of it. Hold tight. I'll be in touch!
I'm listening.
Is someone feeling a little down?
What do you want?
Feels like there should have been
Cheer up! It won't kill
something
you.
else
Oops.
that happened in between that. And that kind of feels like
Where's
product
the
placement.
cure? Who has it?
I had our old haunted friend Mr. Freeze making it. But he's gone dark on me.
I'll find him.
I bet you.
So, either there should
Alfred,
have been...
Joker's poisoned me. He may have poisoned Gotham too. Mr. Freeze has the only cure.
What are you waiting for, then? He's in Arkham City. Find him.
If only it was that simple. He'll be somewhere cold. He needs to be kept at sub-zero temperatures to survive.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's under the water.
It is the middle of winter out there.
I noticed. I've calibrated the cowl to track heat signatures. I'll find the coldest point in Arkham City.
So yeah, once again the game feels like it's just gonna push you directly towards the story point. Yeah, and it feels like there should have been a sequence where you were kicked out of a much higher place and you had to break free on the way down as like a quick time event, or you get kicked out of the place and then you run around for 20 minutes or so and the game just actively activates a timer on you to make you spend that time. And then you find that Joker had hacked into your machine instead of giving you a phone, which is just like the most basic and simplistic way to possibly have solved that. And see, here we can see basically a skybox of other parts of Gotham, which we assume that's other parts of Gotham, and Gotham doesn't have another city across the water.
Augmented reality training.
We probably should try and do this as our current objective before we make it to that distress flare. If the game gave you something, gave you some time to just goof around and said the next mission won't start for 20 minutes, that'd be very video game-like, video gamey and weird. But you could certainly have the Joker straight up say, I'm not telling you for one whole hour. And that would be actually very funny for the Joker to refuse to tell you what the next part of your mission is until an hour has passed and you're even further infected with the poison. And I assume we're in a case where Batman can't just go to where Catwoman is and save her. I imagine we're gonna have a storylines event.
Gotham's bad under Joker. Wait till Penguin's done with it.
So it doesn't seem like you can doesn't seem like you can tag people. You're just gonna have this constant desire to be at a higher point. I do see some Riddler things way over there. So if I like zoom over here, that's not far enough. I'm too far away. But is there a real reason to get on the ground floor and fight people?
I know it.
And see these like tiger helicopters? So, like if I can avoid its vision for even a second, I can then just use it. Okay, so I've got to keep an eye on that one. But I don't think it's actually as hard as it seems, because it kind of blinks differently. It really just doesn't feel like there's going to be a lot of things going on. Unless it is going to be a case of getting down to the ground, and maybe it is. I mean, that may very well be the case, is that we will have to get down to the ground and walk on the streets. Maybe Batman at one point will lose his grapple gun. It would have made a decent amount of sense for the game to have taken place in such a way that Batman didn't immediately get his suit. He had to play as Bruce Wayne.
Me neither. What can we do? The Joker really is dying, which I still don't believe. But if he is, Harley Quinn will take over.
But she's crazy. So is the Joker. Hey, at least he's funny. Till he kills you.
Okay. How about we take over?
What do you mean?
We could form our own kind of group. Give ourselves crazy names, and we could run the gang.
We'd have to kill Harley.
I'm fine with that.
Or we keep her alive and have some fun with her.
Screw that. Sooner I don't have to listen to that voice, the better. I'll kill her myself.
Cool. So we just wait for Joker to die and take over. I feel better already.
So, I would assume that these wall points are something that Catwoman can do to hit those points.
Arkham City somewhere.
The ones that are on the side of the walls.
Freeze's lab must be this way. I'm definitely heading toward the coldest point.
Ooh, I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier. A hotline straight to my bestest friend in the world. Just think, I can call you up whenever I get bored. I think our relationship is really maturing here. The next thing you know is we'll be exchanging emails or meeting up for romantic dinners.
I don't like that the orange things stay orange after you've activated them and found the collectible.
I grew up in this neighborhood. Doesn't look any different.
Let's see if we can get over here. So there's a dot.
Man in here, that freak doesn't know when to quit.
But I don't know how you would get the dot up there. You probably have to go to that. See if that works.
Done for. Wonder if I can snag Harley on the rebound.
The perimeter wall is out of bounds to all residents of Arkham City.
So, we lower this first, then it's gonna grab this green thing.
Sharp head on the city council that made him
And
so
then-
damn powerful.
Meanwhile, we'll just come over here. One, two, three, four, five. It's probably just running. That's probably all this is just... Probably need to start about right here. Hold the A button. And be ready to run. Yeah, but there's still kind of no reason to even bother to try and... Oh, Bane's gonna show up? Interesting. Like, there just really is no reason to even try and take on...
Why is everyone so afraid of Penguin? He's just a creepy runt in a bad tuxedo.
You have given up your basic human rights because of your crimes against society.
Batman! It's Batman!
A place without you. You are responsible for
What's the Bat doing here?
within this facility.
The Bat's kicking the crap out of them! Kill him!
Like, I haven't even taken a single hit or swing. These guys, I would have gladly let them all just walk away. And at a certain level, I guess it's come down to a situation where if Batman doesn't beat up the Joker thugs and the Joker hears about that, then the Joker will kill these people. So he's in a weird way saving their lives by just knocking them out and trying to possibly get them thrown into Blackgate, usually at least, where they could potentially leave their life of crime and get away from the Joker. See, they're still throwing so many people at me though, like... Like, there's a good possibility that I'm just gonna get knocked out because I'm taking enough hits. And it doesn't seem like with this count of enemies that I'm boring the game fast enough.
You're gonna die here!
What happened to the smoke bombs? I'm about to totally get wrecked. Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's a good system to... Like, I had one small sliver of health there. It just doesn't feel like there's a good system to recover health. If anything, maybe you just get it after a certain amount of time.
Harley, please no.
What's behind this door? It's locked. And so we've got these cameras.
He's a maniac, but Penguin is worse. He can't take over. Been quiet. Not a giggle from the Joker.
Opportunities penal facility. So-called super criminals will not be afforded any special treatment.
Yeah, I feel like you need to find the dot and line up the dot. But the dot seems like it could be quite a lot of different places.
What's the deal with Penguin? Why is everyone so scared of an ugly midget?
Let me ask this question. If I was to bring out the batarang and throw it at a bird, that won't do anything. Apparently have
Please, I'm on the roof of the old
another
Gotham FM building. Someone's
side
after me.
quest.
I don't know who. He's gonna find me. I need help.
He's going into hiding. They say he looks sick.
The bat's here.
See, my health is now back up to the full amount. So what is this?
Augmented reality training activated.
Glide through the rings without touching the ground to complete this augmented reality. Meanwhile, I'm gonna obviously have to look for this dot somewhere else, like, unless it's up here.
Augmented reality training failed.
Okay. I found the dot, but
Man, it's cold in here.
much like the first game,
Remember winters being like this?
it seems like you're going to have to be very cautious
Every year it's a little cold.
about getting the dot to line up.
I heard he likes it cold.
You're gonna have to
He's
be
the one
really
cooling the planet.
accurate
Wait, me
here.
driving a few blocks did it.
Yeah. Probably froze up his old lady. When did she look good to you?
In this place, they all look good. I just can't get warm.
Enough with the cold. I get it.
All Arkham prisoners are responsible for their own care. Limited medical resources are available to all prisoners in the
Like,
Arkham Medical.
this should work.
Each day this place gets worse.
And ideally, you would just have a system here where this automatically lined up and it just said you found it
Crap right in front of my
instead of having you to scan. But I don't think that's the trick.
Going right into the toilet. The mayor and Strange have gone insane with power.
Could be that you just can't do this yet.
Now there's a loser. Never catch me working for that sawed-off runt.
Like, how could that be wrong? I don't see a way you can.
Wayne? Forget about him. No way to make it in here. Maybe mayor.
So maybe it's just a case that you cannot get those at all, even if you found them. Let's see. Tiger security cameras. These tiger eyes burn bright in the sky. So apparently I'm supposed to be destroying the tiger security cameras. Okay. Patience, my riddles will be revealed when I decide you're ready for them. Okay. So you just can't do these yet. Okay, good to know. Interrogate the tiger's brain. You may learn how to blind it. Meanwhile, over here we have more Joker balloons. that we can do. So this pretty much does tell you how this whole thing is going to break down as far as different areas. The most unique stuff will just be doing each of these things.
Sharpie's still the same old
Alright,
a-hole.
well,
Augmented reality training activated.
let's see if we can do this.
Really
1,
finish this time.
2. Let's turn fairly sharp. It's not particularly the best.
Augmented reality training complete.
Not the best system ever. 1, 3, 5, 2, 4. Okay. 1, 3, 5, 2, 4. I wasn't paying enough attention. I think that was 4, 2.
All prisoners must surrender themselves for psychological
Let's try that again.
profiling at regular
These are better puzzles. 1, 3, 5, 2, 4. So 1, 3, 5, 2, 4. 4, 3, 1, 5, 2. 4, 3, 1, 5, 2. 3, 5, 2, 1, 4. 3, 5, 2, 1, 4. Having to do 3 of those is a little excessive, but I don't hate the variety here. A lot of the other Joker things kind of sucked. They often were just finding the question marks, which seems now like that's going to be a very limited experience, and a much nicer experience. Yeah, I don't see how that's gonna work. It would have to be like a remote controlled batarang. See, this kind of has a boost, so you probably could make it if you just don't mess up too much. Yeah. But you've gotta aim it fairly quickly to get to that point. And that's at that point just the beginning, because then you've got to brake and curve. And that's where this is going to get really crazy about trying to get the angle right here.
Prisoners are responsible for ensuring food is distributed fairly.
So that is a very tight S-curve. And yeah, you're gonna have to just be really good. It starts really quickly on that second curve. Yeah. That's a lot.
Someone's ignited a distress flare on this rooftop. Either someone inside needs my help, or it's a trap.
Let's go ahead and level up.
Augmented reality training online.
We have another augmented reality thing we can do. And we now can have an actual picture of Joker, since we know his face is a little screwed up. Now we have hints at Mr. Freeze. I think you unfortunately are just going to end up needing more combat armor. Like that is something that we definitely should. Best distance so far has been 70 meters. I need to do 150, so I'd pretty much have to find the highest point in the entire world to glide. Like, yeah. So this would be
Tiger 5 to command.
our current objective. That's what we want to do next time. Once again, we had an hour of gameplay, and it just kind of feels like not much really happened, and either you're
Augmented reality training
wasting a lot of
online.
time doing these side quests,
Please, I'm on the
or you're wasting a lot of time doing the main quest. And I guess I probably should just do the main quest and run around and try and upgrade my character as much as possible. Like, it definitely feels like there's not going to be a lot of, well, unimportant characters. There will be a lot more characters, but they're all going to feel like they're important supervillains. I'd also like to have Alfred rewritten in this game. He comes off as a jerk, frankly. Still haven't seen any Arkham City stories, so we don't even know what that is. There's plenty of room for upgrades as far as gadgets. So there is still a feeling that you should just play through the main story first to get the gadgets, then run around the open world. But I'm not sure that's really the case. See, and she's not getting any more gadgets at all, is she? There's just no room for them. If I was to give her these two special combo attacks and try to get really good at pressing the buttons, that's pretty much all I can do for her. What I'd like to see is if I went to game options here, yeah, it seems like there is no difficulty changing here. I don't see a setting under game options to make the game easier, so we could have accidentally set ourselves up for a nightmare scenario. Also, I am definitely looking at this game from the perspective that I want to get all the collectibles. That's how I typically like to play, be OCD about it and get as many collectibles as possible. Although I've run into plenty of games lately that require online, and online's been shut down, or there's just nobody playing online anymore, so you can't get all the achievements. So if you can't get all the achievements, which is the only thing Steam highlights, there's really no reason to get all the collectibles. So there is an option I should definitely consider while playing this game, that maybe I should just run through the story and have a decent Batman experience instead of run through the game and try and get all the collectibles and have something closer to just a video game collectathon experience. And that's something I should definitely think about. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.